So you could definitely say that the basement at my mom's house has an organizational issue. This is where a lot of the stuff went when we moved in, and to be honest, we didn't have enough time moving in to clean it out. So it's been very difficult to make it nice down here. First of all, because we've been slowly going through and throwing away things that we don't need, but also it's just that there's so much stuff in here that isn't even like ours. Like this tank, this big ass tank is for a heating system that was here like 60 years ago. We're not using it now. If we had more time before moving into this house, we would have been able to rip that out and had a lot more space. There's all these beams and stuff that have like I like bent beams and then secondary beams and like third beams that they added, and kind of a hodgepodge renovation. Well, I guess they kept slowly fixing it, but never actually totally fixing it. Anytime something would bend, they would just add another beam next to it. Well, then we have all these wires and stuff. Like we have like coaxial cables, like for cable and stuff right here. Then we have that big fluorescent lamp over there, and it's just, we don't need that. It's clutter in the way. Also, it's dark. It's difficult to really use a place if it's dark. So, I say, let's start ripping stuff out. But before we do that, let's get some light down here. And a while back, I remember one of my subscribers gave me these LEDs. Those are one of my inbox videos. It can be powered by 120 volts AC too. So we have this like rope LED light and this. So I'm going to go get a power plug for the one end, and I'll solder this up and we can have some LED lights. So I have it all soldered up. Only one thing left to do is to test it to see if it catches on fire. So I'm going to turn off my circuit breaker inside my power strip and turn it on. Whoa, nice. So we got light. And no issues. No blue smoke. So that's good. And also no fire. Because of course, blue smoke is even better than fire. I kind of fucking hate hammering staples into wood. It is really fucking tedious. But at least it puts me into an angry mood to where I feel like I'm more likely to get rid of stuff. Like, fuck it, I don't need that. The erector set stuff is kind of shit. Let's see. Oh, it didn't break that time. Nice. Cause see, oh, yeah. A lot of this newer erector set stuff doesn't bend. Old batteries I don't need. Weird thing, I have no idea what it is. Pins. Threaded rod, keep, okay. Bags. Weird radio shit. I mean, I don't need most of this stuff, so I'm gonna pitch it. Because now, if I ever actually need it, I can just find it out in Silicon Valley, or I can buy it new. Man, how many broken Xboxes do I need? These are all red ringed of death. Or I mean, they all have the red ring of death. Whatever. You know what I meant. Got myself a box. Moving up in the world. Cotton. Interesting. I'm actually going through the stuff that was in my old bedroom before I even moved over to here. And I've never went through this. lot of it's just stuff from like when I was like 8 or 9 years old. Well, some of the stuff here is like from as young as whenever I was like 5. It's like stuff when I was messing with light bulbs and whatever. Oh, I remember this thing. I killed that thing bad. Jolly Ranchers from like 2001 or so. Or, I don't see it. Maybe I can read that. But, yeah, that's pretty old. I think. Maybe I'll have to give those a try. I mean, they're just Jolly Ranchers. What could happen? What could happen? Oh, look at that. A Panasonic battery from February 2002. It still kind of lights a little bit. Oh, weird. Evidently I rolled this little like sticky toy up in this Radio Shack receipt, but the Radio Shack receipt has gone all funky. The sticky toy is so just a sticky toy. It's like, whatever. It's kind of cool. It feels exactly like it did back in like 2005 or whatever. But the receipt, wow, that's Radio Shack. I got a 555 timer. Some other stuff. The receipt is from... I can read it all. I'm just trying to find... Oh. July 5th, 2006. Oh, well, that's pretty old. Well then, maybe I had this thing even before. Like 2003 or so. Who knows? Like when I was like 10. I remember I got this at a... Oh yeah, I got this at one of those vending machines where the things that it'll give out like an egg, and you open the egg and it has like random toys in it. I got that at a bowling alley once. It's kind of cool. That was from Mystery Science Theater 3000, right? At least the first few seasons. Some cobalt blue glass. Some random jewelry. You know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say most of this stuff I'm not going to throw away because it's pretty cool. This is like my upper shelf collection. I used to have this up on my shelves and kind of had all my stuff up there. It's from 2008. Interesting. Wow, I thought these were old. These are from 1999. Pardon, Atari paddle. A glove from back when I was trying to make my own Nintendo Power Glove. Back when I didn't even know that it was a failure. I only heard about it being released in Nintendo Power and didn't really hear anybody's responses about it. Pretty cool ice tray. Just noticed this box up there and oh my god. I just noticed this just now. I can fix my lantern. Yes. Don't need that. Don't need that. It's one of the first things I ever had. First PCI cards I ever had, but... Or sorry, not even PCI before that. But I don't need it. When was it made? Yeah, it's just totally roasted. It's a Radio Shack channel selector switch. That's interesting. Okay, I'll keep that. But that, I definitely... Yeah, I don't really know that. Light? No thanks. Burned out light? No thanks. Relays? Yes. This piece of metal? Sure, why not? Bad capacitors? No thanks. This other stuff's like really nice stuff, new in box too, so... I just keep that. This is a little battery pack for a zip drive. That's so weird, and it fits those so perfectly, I'll just keep that. So with me rediscovering where this panel went, I can now take the toggle switch off and replace the bad one. I've already thrown that one away because I tried taking it apart and tried fixing it. Basically what happened was I accidentally kicked my lantern that I made back in like 2013, and I broke the toggle switch. perfect. So now I have the light. Just unscrew that. It's all kind of crusty. This was actually off a printing press. It's a printing press that my father ran back in the 90s. Okay, so... Oops. Pop that back in there. Good to go. I mean, it's lasted for several years, so it's gonna last for a little bit longer. Okay, there we go. Just need to... Yeah, this thing's in need of an upgrade, a repair. So I started going through my VHS collection, and I've taken out a lot of junk, thrown it away. About like 10 or so VHS tapes, and I've also decided to keep my unused VHS tapes in a separate box so I can use them. So that made me go through my other box of VHS stuff, and I discovered that I have mold damage on a lot of my VHS tapes. Of course, the ones that were damaged, thankfully, were the ones that were on the bottom of, and the ones that were on the bottom were commercial things, not like things that I'd recorded. And also they were usually duplicates, so I'm not losing anything. But the box behind that was my ColecoVision and Atari collection, or at least the extra bits, because like my extra Atari and stuff like that. So this has a little bit of mold. Yeah, like that one has a lot on the label, but let's see. Nope, wipes off fine, so that's good. Yeah, to be honest, video games are pretty immune to mold. It's just the labels can go. But this is a very, like, small mold, so it's not a huge deal. I'll just wipe this off. So, yeah, I'm definitely not going to throw away any of these. I'll throw away a few VHS tapes whenever stuff gets in them, but these, yeah, I'm not throwing these away. But I'm just going to go through and clean them up. Thankfully, when it comes to video games, mold damage is not really all that permanent. Especially if it's plastic games. Or at least this kind of mold. I don't know, maybe there are some other types of mold that eat through plastic or something like that. I would assume that wherever mold is, though, that's where moisture is. And so that could be an issue, though, moisture. I thought my floor was pretty dry, though. It's weird. You know, I'm actually pretty happy about that. I've been needing to get a plastic box for this stuff anyway. And now that the box is bigger, I can actually go ahead and grab, like... those ones. And I guess I can go ahead and grab this. Sure, why not? Oh no, there's already battery in here. Hope the battery didn't die. Yeesh. Actually, that battery has a voltage that's still good, so that's nice. And, oh, I also have my ColecoVision's kind of out of place in here, so I can go ahead and grab that too, I guess. A Nintendo. I love having a large game collection. It's always so fun. I have the power supply already in this box, so boom, there we go. This is Atari and ColecoVision now. So now I have a question that I need to ask myself. Should I waste more of my vacation cleaning up the rest of the stuff underneath my bed? Or should I just leave it to the mold? There's nothing else in there like these video games though, so everything else in there is like old rusty tools and stuff, and rusty tools, they don't give a shit about mold. But I shouldn't stop halfway. I've got a few extra days on my vacation, or a few more days on my vacation. I guess I can spend today cleaning more. I think I can already see mold in some of this stuff. I'm not really sure about that. It might just be... maybe that's just dust. I don't know. That actually wasn't so bad. Trash, keep and shed. That'll go in there. But these two, I'm hoping to someday in the future categorize them better too, because this is just like someday in the future I'll go through like power supplies and I'll make a box for camera equipment, I'll go make a box for wiring, and I'll make a box for games and stuff like that. So yeah. But right now, this is just a nice little, like, condensation of junk. And this pile is actually stuff that I took out of the shed last night. This is all junk that I'm just not going to use it, so I'm going to get rid of it. Because having the extra space will be far better. I'm actually wanting to do is I'm wanting to get rid of those 2 white sheds. I want to move everything into either the basement or that little dilapidated shed, just temporarily. And then where these 2 white sheds are, I'll try to build a really nice shed. That's like, I don't know, it's like 15 feet or so by 20 feet. I figure I'll go all the way back to there. Back to where that garage wall used to be. So yeah, I think it'd be really nice. And I'll make it really tall too, so I can have all my arcade machines out here. That'd be awesome. Oh, so wonderful. One of the reasons why I'm cleaning up more, at least inside, is because my mother would like to move the house around a little bit, just to reorganize stuff, because she's getting older and it's difficult to have the washer and dryer in the basement. So we're thinking about putting the washer and dryer in my room and moving my room into one of the other rooms, which is slightly bigger. But to be honest, I could always just move a lot of my stuff into a shed if I build one. But either way, I want to make it to where I have the smallest footprint possible and the easiest for my mom to move stuff. Because as it is now, I have a lot of junk distributed everywhere. I'm not usually here. Well, actually, I'm only here like 10% of the time, like a month out of the year. So I don't mind if my stuff is stuck into boxes then, and that'll make it easier for my mom to move if she ever wants to rearrange the house or whatever, and I'm fine with that. So yeah, I'm just trying to make it easier on my mom since I'm not here all the time. One thing that I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to go through and get rid of a lot of computers, like that desktop down there, piece of shit. So on this vacation, oh, there's also one back there too. I might just go through and do a video where I have like 10 computers and I play with them and blow them up and take the motherboards out, because really that's all I got them for. The only reason I got those computers was because I wanted the motherboards. So I have a stack of motherboards, and then someday in the future, like if I build that shed, I can take those motherboards and I can wallpaper the walls with motherboards. I think that'd be kind of cool. Actually, I think that'd be pretty cool. Probably gonna go through this a lot too. And keep in mind, by go through, I don't mean throw this stuff away. Maybe some of the plastic stuff, and I'll try to condense down the buckets so I don't have the plastic buckets. But to be honest, what I should do is I should make a rack out here where I can have all the pipe fittings on one shelf, and they won't hold water or whatever. And I'll take all that metal and I'll cut them into bars, so it'll just be a stack of pipes, and not just all kind of together like that. Because when it's together like that, it takes up a lot more space. And the tanks and stuff can go in and over to here. I might be able to like fix this up and condense everything back here and have it more organized. That'd be pretty nice. Because I still have a lot of stuff I want to do in the future, and well, I need to have junk. I need junk. Just, it's good to have junk in a more organized fashion. Whoa. I just realized that tree up there is budding. The grass is green. Spring is here. Holy shit. Like the exact week that I got back. I mean, this seems a lot greener than it was before. We've been having a little bit of rain, but man. Well, that's awesome. Oh, and the gonna make so much syrup. Probably like 4 pancakes worth right there. Hell yeah. This is so nice. I was afraid that I'd be stuck in like the wintry type of Illinois, wintry season while I was here, but whoops, did not mean to leave those outside. So I've spent a little bit more time on this, and I've cleaned off this section, and so all my stuff is in that pile and that pile, and well, up there, okay, but still, it's a small footprint of the basement. I'm pretty happy to move that stuff off. So now, next time I come back, I can remove this skid, and we can put shelves here. So at the end of the day, after like 2 days of cleaning, got all this junk I'm going to throw away. What do you think?
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It's a lot of junk too. It's nice to, you have a lot of cool stuff in your inventory, but then you let the junk sift through, because you don't need all this stuff. Yeah, just this should make moving the house around a lot easier for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. See ya!